Have you ever wondered why some people live past 100, not just existing, but truly living? They're walking to the market, sharing meals with friends, tending gardens, and laughing with their grandchildren. It's not magic, it's not luck. And it's not just good genes. The real secret might be sitting right on your plate, and in how you choose to live each day. In today's video, we're diving deep into the food and lifestyle habits that some of the world's longest living people practice daily, from Okinawa to Ikaria to right here in the US. And at the end, we'll take a moment to learn from the late Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's most beloved doctor, who lived to 105 and inspired millions with his joyful, simple approach to health. Before we dive in, I want to hear from you. What's one small thing you've started doing to take care of your health as you get older? Maybe you switched to whole grains, started walking after dinner, or cut back on sugar. Whatever it is, share it in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else watching right now. And if this topic matters to you, go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. The more we talk about living well, not just longer, the more we all benefit. Let's begin with a powerful truth about longevity. It's not mostly about your genes. Sure, if your parents lived into their 90s, you might think you've got a head start. But science shows that only about 20 to 30% of how long you live is determined by genetics. The rest? It's up to you. That's right. Your lifestyle, your habits, your choices hold the greatest influence. How you move, how you manage stress, who you connect with, and especially what you eat all matter. And that's good news, because it means you don't need perfect DNA to live a full and vibrant life. Let's take a look at the places in the world where people live the longest, often past 100, and do so with clarity, mobility, and joy. These are known as blue zones. They include Okinawa in Japan, Ikaria in Greece, Sardinia in Italy, Nicoya in Costa Rica, and even a community in Loma Linda, California. What's fascinating is that despite living in different parts of the world, these people share several habits in common. They eat mostly plants and cook at home. They move naturally every day, walking, gardening, climbing stairs. They have strong social bonds and a sense of purpose. They sleep well and know how to unwind. And yes, they enjoy food, but they eat modestly and stop when they're about 80% full, a practice called hara hachibu in Okinawa. These aren't extreme routines or strict diets. They're small, consistent habits, the kind anyone can begin. Up next, we'll explore one of the most powerful and affordable foods for your brain, bones, and heart. Let's talk about one of the simplest and most powerful additions you can make to your daily plate: leafy greens. Spinach, kale, collard greens, arugula, mustard greens, Swiss chard. They may not seem glamorous, but these humble leaves are some of the most nutrient-rich foods on Earth. And guess what? Leafy greens show up in the diets of nearly every long-living community around the world. So why are they so special? First, they're packed with vitamins and minerals that support healthy aging. Vitamin A helps your immune system and eyesight. Vitamin K supports bone strength and helps prevent dangerous blood clots. Vitamin C repairs tissues and fights free radicals that contribute to aging. On top of that, leafy greens are loaded with fiber, which keeps digestion smooth, regulates blood sugar, and lowers cholesterol. They also contain phytonutrients like lutein and zeaxanthin, which protect your eyes from age-related issues like macular degeneration. These plant compounds act like sunglasses for your retinas, guarding your vision as you age. And here's the beauty of it. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet to benefit. Just one serving a day. A handful in your eggs, blended into a smoothie, or tossed into a soup, can make a big difference over time. If salads aren't your thing, don't worry. You can sauté greens with a little garlic and olive oil, mix them into casseroles, stir them into stews, or even bake them into muffins or quiches. The key is consistency, not perfection. Now let's take a step back. Why do these small plant-forward choices work so well? In blue zones, food isn't rushed. It's not about restrictive diets or calorie counting. Meals are slow, shared, and meaningful. People often cook at home using fresh, unprocessed ingredients. They don't fear carbs. They just choose whole ones. They don't obsess over protein. They just get it mostly from plants like beans, lentils, and nuts. In Icaria, Greece for example, wild greens are foraged daily and cooked with olive oil and herbs. In Okinawa, purple sweet potatoes, tofu, and bitter melon are mealtime staples. The message is the same everywhere. Natural foods, eaten with joy, lead to a longer, better life. So here's your invitation. Start simple. Add one green, try a new vegetable, share a meal. It's not about getting everything right, it's about building a rhythm that supports your health, one bite at a time. Your gut may be small, but its impact on your health is huge, especially as you age. That's why fermented foods, some of the oldest foods in human history, are making a well-deserved comeback. If you've ever had plain yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, or kombucha, you've already tasted this ancient health secret. So what's the big deal? Fermented foods are rich in probiotics, friendly bacteria that help maintain a balanced gut. Your gut isn't just for digestion. It plays a role in immunity, inflammation, mental clarity, and even mood. That's because of something scientists call the gut-brain axis, the two-way communication system between your digestive system and your mind. When your gut is healthy, you often feel more energetic, think more clearly, and even experience less anxiety or sadness. But when it's off balance, often because of stress, antibiotics, aging, or processed foods, you might feel bloated, sluggish, or just off. Fermented foods help bring that balance back. Let's take kefir as an example. A fermented milk drink similar to yogurt, but with even more probiotic strains. It's great for digestion and bone health, and often easier to digest than milk. Or consider sauerkraut and kimchi, both made from cabbage, both rich in probiotics and fiber. Even a spoonful of miso in a warm soup can do wonders for your gut flora. And the best part? You don't need large amounts. Just a few tablespoons of sauerkraut, a half cup of kefir, or a small bowl of plain yogurt a few times a week can help. Here are a few tips if you're new to fermented foods. Start slow. Let your body adjust. Choose plain, unsweetened versions. Added sugar can cancel out the benefits. Watch labels for live, active cultures. That's what you're looking for. Also, try to make them a part of your regular routine, not just a one-time experiment. Think of them as helpers that support your body quietly in the background. And if you're wondering, is this really worth it? Consider this. A healthy gut improves not only digestion, but your ability to absorb nutrients from all those other great foods we've talked about. So fermented foods amplify everything else you're doing for your health. From your brain to your bones to your immune system, it all starts with your gut. Let's talk about something nearly all of us eat every day: grains. Toast in the morning, pasta at dinner, crackers for a snack. Grains are everywhere, but here's what most people don't realize. Not all grains are created equal. In fact, the difference between whole grains and refined grains can have a big impact on how you age. Whole grains like oats, brown rice, quinoa, barley, farro, bulgur, and whole wheat still contain all three parts of the grain: the bran, the germ, and the endosperm. These parts are packed with fiber, B vitamins, iron, magnesium, and powerful plant compounds. Refined grains, like white bread, white rice, and regular pasta, have had the bran and germ removed during processing. What's left behind is mostly starch with very little nutritional value. So why does this matter? Fiber is your friend. It supports digestion, keeps your blood sugar steady, lowers cholesterol, and helps you feel full longer. All essential as you get older. Studies show that people who eat more whole grains have lower risks of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, and even some cancers. And here's the best part. You don't have to give up the foods you love, just upgrade them. Try steel-cut oats or unsweetened muesli instead of sugary breakfast cereal. Swap white rice for brown, wild rice, or even farro. Choose whole wheat pasta or mix half and half with the regular kind as you transition. Bake with whole wheat flour, add barley or quinoa to soups or stews. These are gentle swaps, but they add up to big benefits. You might also notice that whole grains give you more steady energy throughout the day. No sugar crashes, no foggy afternoon slumps. And if you're worried about taste or texture, remember this: your palate can adjust quickly. Add spices, herbs, olive oil, or lemon juice to boost flavor. Over time, you may find that the real taste of food becomes more satisfying than the highly processed versions. As always, it's not about perfection. It's about progress. And here's something to think about. The more whole your food is, the more whole you tend to feel. Grounded, energized, clear. That's the kind of food that supports your body now and in the decades ahead. If there's one ingredient that shows up again and again in the kitchens of the world's longest living people, it's this: olive oil. From Sardinia to Icaria to the heart of the Mediterranean, olive oil isn't just a condiment. It's a way of life, a golden thread that runs through the diets of people who live the longest, with the sharpest minds and strongest hearts. But olive oil isn't just about flavor, it's about function. Let's break it down. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that help lower bad cholesterol, LDL, and raise good cholesterol, HDL. These fats protect your arteries and reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes. But the real magic of olive oil goes even deeper. It's full of polyphenols, powerful plant compounds that act like natural bodyguards. They fight inflammation and oxidative stress, two of the biggest drivers of aging and chronic disease. Think of polyphenols as tiny warriors protecting your cells and keeping your body sharp and resilient. And it's not just your heart that benefits. Your brain does too. Research shows that diets high in olive oil, like the Mediterranean diet, are linked to a lower risk of Alzheimer's and age-related memory decline. Those same antioxidants that keep your blood vessels flexible also help preserve cognitive function, focus, and mental clarity. So, how do you make the most of this golden elixir? Choose extra virgin olive oil, ideally in dark glass bottles to protect it from light. Look for cold-pressed and unrefined types for the highest antioxidant levels. And avoid high-heat frying. Olive oil is best for drizzling, dipping, or light sautéing. Try it over roasted vegetables. Mix it into salad dressings. Add a spoonful to cooked grains. Or even take a page from Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara's book, The Japanese Doctor Who Lived to 105, who started each morning with a spoonful of olive oil mixed into his orange juice. Yes, you read that right, olive oil in juice. He swore by it for heart health and glowing skin. And remember, you don't need a lot. A tablespoon or two a day is enough to enjoy the benefits without overdoing it. Here's the takeaway. Olive oil is more than just a healthy fat. It's a symbol of slow, intentional living. Meals that are cooked with care. Foods that are simple but rich. Eating that nourishes not just the body, but the soul. Next up, we'll explore the tiniest foods on your plate that just might pack the biggest health punch: nuts and seeds. Let's talk about some of the smallest things on your plate, nuts and seeds, and why they can make a huge difference to your long-term health. From almonds to walnuts, chia to flax, these tiny powerhouses are packed with nutrients that help support your heart, your brain, your bones, and your energy levels. They're a natural part of the diets in nearly every blue zone, often eaten as snacks, added to meals, or simply sprinkled over salads. Why are they so powerful? First, they're full of healthy fats, including omega-3s and monounsaturated fats, which help reduce inflammation and keep your heart strong. Walnuts, in particular, are known for supporting brain health. Almonds and sunflower seeds are rich in vitamin E, an antioxidant that's great for your skin and immune system. They're also high in plant-based protein, which helps you maintain muscle mass, especially important as we age. And don't forget the fiber, which supports digestion, blood sugar balance, and a healthy weight. Studies have shown that people who regularly eat just a handful of nuts or a few spoonfuls of seeds per day have a significantly lower risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even some cancers. But moderation matters. Because they're calorie-dense, a small amount goes a long way. About 1 ounce of nuts or 2 tablespoons of seeds daily is perfect. Choose unsalted, unroasted versions whenever possible. And here's a great tip for older adults. Soaking nuts or seeds overnight can make them easier to digest and enhance nutrient absorption. Now, while adding the right foods is important, so is reducing the ones that quietly cause harm, like added sugars and ultra-processed foods. We all enjoy a treat now and then. A cookie with tea, a slice of birthday cake. There's nothing wrong with occasional indulgence. But the reality is that sugar and processed foods have crept into our daily routines, and they're doing more damage than most people realize. Excess sugar can cause your blood sugar to spike and crash, stressing your body. Over time, it contributes to insulin resistance, inflammation, and even a process called glycation, where sugar binds to proteins and accelerates aging, affecting your skin, your organs, even your brain. Then there's processed food: chips, frozen meals, sugary drinks, deli meats, often loaded with refined carbs, bad fats, and preservatives. These foods are designed to make us eat more, while offering very little in terms of nourishment. But here's the good news: you don't need to be perfect. Start by reading labels, cutting back on hidden sugars, especially in healthy items like granola or salad dressing, and swapping processed snacks for fruit, nuts, or plain yogurt. The goal isn't restriction, it's freedom through better choices. In the final part of this video, we'll move beyond the plate and explore the lifestyle habits that help people not just live longer, but live better. Food matters, but it's only part of the picture. To truly understand longevity, not just living longer, but living well, we have to look at how people in long-living communities move, rest, connect, and find meaning. Let's start with movement. In blue zones like Okinawa and Nicoya, you won't find many people lifting weights or doing intense workouts. What you will find is gentle, natural movement built into everyday life. Walking to the store, sweeping the porch, working in the garden, stretching in the sun. Even a 20-minute walk after dinner can help digestion, improve blood sugar, and clear your mind. The goal isn't intensity, it's consistency. Next is sleep, one of the most overlooked pillars of health. Many people treat sleep like an optional activity, but it's not. Quality sleep is when your body repairs, your mind resets, and your immune system recharges. People who live the longest tend to follow the rhythms of nature. They rise with the sun, rest when they're tired, and wind down peacefully in the evening, without screens or stimulation. If you struggle with sleep, try a calming evening routine. Herbal tea, gentle stretching, soft music, or simply dimming the lights an hour before bed. Think of sleep as a daily reset button, essential, not optional. And finally, let's talk about connection. Loneliness is one of the most damaging and invisible health threats, especially as we age. In every blue zone, elders are deeply woven into the fabric of daily life. They live in multi-generational homes. They gather regularly. They laugh, share, and lean on each other. Modern research confirms what tradition has known for centuries. Feeling connected protects your heart, your brain, and your spirit. In fact, loneliness increases the risk of early death as much as smoking or obesity. So stay connected, however you can. Call a friend. Invite someone over for tea. Join a group. Say yes to small moments of togetherness. One person who deeply understood all of this was Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, Japan's most beloved longevity expert. He lived to 105 years old and continued to work, speak, and write well into his later years. His daily routine? Simple. A light breakfast, coffee, milk, a bit of orange juice, and a spoonful of olive oil. A small dinner of vegetables, rice, and a little fish. A piece of dark chocolate twice a week. But his real secret was mindset. He believed in staying curious, having a purpose, and never losing your joy. He once said, "If you want to live long, don't tire yourself chasing rules. Just keep doing what makes you feel alive." That's the message we'll end on, because living long isn't the goal. Living well is. Let's take a quick moment to reflect. We've explored 10 gentle, powerful habits that can help you live longer and feel better. Natural foods, daily movement, restful sleep, meaningful relationships, and a mindset of purpose and joy. Start small. Be kind to yourself. And remember, health isn't a race, it's a rhythm. If this video inspired you, leave a comment and let me know one habit you'll start this week. Like, share, and subscribe to stay connected. Here's to living fully, with purpose, energy, and joy, at every age.